G'day, g'day. All right. So, for New Jersey bettors, you should have a full slate of product now. Last night made the switch from Ocean's Casino skin to Caesar's skin. No more limitations on what we can offer timeline-wise. So New Jersey bettors should see a lot more product, all the futures, all the bells and whistles and whatnot when it comes to the World Cup, Super Bowl, all that kind of fun stuff. So one good thing, Ohio. It's very sad that we've had to turn you off for a period of time, 6 to 8 weeks. There's a line in the sand, kind of mid-July Ohio meeting to be able to approve the transaction and whatnot. It is what it is. We're going to come very hard and fast at football season, get yous all back in, get yous all winning some money, whatnot. Now, for the reason we're here, the World Cup. This game is probably one of the less interesting games that I'm looking at. We are looking at 91% of the money on Switzerland, 6% on the draw, 3% on Qatar. Balanced out, kind of what it should be. Cheers, JJ. Good to hear you're got some connections up there in Ohio. And then the master money, really tiny, but we're looking at 45% on Qatar, 45% on the draw, and 10% on Switzerland. So Masters are playing the other side. Qatar could be the worst team in the tournament. There's debates on who that actually is. Paraguay was put up there as maybe one of them, but total looking at 71% on the over, 53% of the master money. Spread -1.75, 61% on Swiss, 53% the master money on Qatar there. Plus diving into where the money really sits, -1.75 around Pick'em, +2.5, +2.25, +2 on the other side, laying some prices. Total goals, Qatar over under a half, 53% over. However, we are 72% of the master money's over. Swiss total goals at the 2.5, 64% over, 100% of the master money over. I got strong opinions in the other 3 games today. And I hope the dogs are all barking. Switzerland and no. Match result and both teams to score. Just heavy master action. Swiss and no. Laying around 135, 140. Again, so much stuff here. Corners, good two-way action. -3.5 is all the master action for the Swiss. And then Swiss total corners, we've got under 6.5, 63%, 71% of the master money is under total corners, 6.5 Swiss. Some other. And then that looks about it. As I said, this game, not getting real excited over. The next 3 games today, can't wait. JJ, as I just quickly mentioned, hopefully dogs will be barking this afternoon, but let me get into just a quick top line. Brazil, looking at 68%, 30%, Morocco, couple percent the draw. Again, draw will be a great result. However, on the Masters, we're looking at 53% of the money on Morocco, 47% of the money on Brazil. I've had a tickle on Morocco to win this game, but I'm leaning more on a draw or more on a first half 0-0 draw. Over's getting money. Under's getting a bit of master action. And then Scotland, Haiti. I'm actually rating Haiti. I think Haiti can hold them and do well. However, the money, and oddly enough, that's where the master money is. So overall on this one, we're looking at 86% of the money on Scotland, 10% on Haiti. No, it's actually 11%, 12% on Haiti, and then the rest on the draw. However, the master money is 71% Haiti. And 28% Scotland. So the Masters are like in Haiti at around the 5-1 mark. Over under, he's getting money. I have played the under here, 75% overall. However, 67% of the master money is on the over. Okay, well, if that gets any deeper in volume, it might turn into a data play. And then the spread is Scotland. Looking at 61% on Scotland and 72% of the master money. Then we've got Turkey, Australia. Yes, I have backed Australia. I am on them at +3/4, +1/2, +1. I think this will be a tight game. All these games, I think generally a lot of these, a draw in the first round is good for them. This one, potentially Turkey, Australia, if they both beat Paraguay, as USA did last night, they can get through with a draw here, get 4 points. So it's kind of interesting how these early games, it's very different than previously, where draws are good in this first one against a weaker team. So we're looking at 76% of the money on Turkey, which is high based on the odds, 18% Australia, rest on the draw. Master money, we've got 60% 61% Turkey, 34% Australia, and the rest on the draw. No real total action. But what I'll say is as well, these games in the last 2 hours before each of them goes, based on the timeline, the money is flowing in fast. So Switzerland, Qatar, just about to get going. And I'll definitely come back as the others get closer. Georgie, what do we got? College World Series. Let me go. Wonder if they have them under baseball. Shit, ton of baseball. None of it's no first pitches yet. Miami, 82% of the money, 75% of the master money. Braves, Mets, nothing of note. D-backs, Reds, looking at 72, 73% of the money on the Diamondbacks, 90% of the master money's on the D-backs. Phillies, Brewers, pretty average. Yankees, Blue Jays, ton of volume, very balanced. Nothing really jumping out, not a lot of action here. Let me see, where College World Series. Trying to see where they put these things. Yeah, a bit of dead air. Okay. Yes, we do have it. Perfect. So we're looking at Oklahoma, 74% of the money, 100% of the master money. They're backing it around mid-teens, low 20s, where most of that action. On the total, we're looking at 86% on the All right, looks like I'm back now. Okay. So I'm not sure where I might have lost yous or if I didn't lose yous at all. Again, Texas, Georgia. No master action there. Another bet come in. So we're looking at 72% Texas action there. UFC for tomorrow night. Matchups. Let's see if the Derek Lewis is still there. Fresh it up. Oh, what do we got? Some PFL tonight. Alessandra Ferreira's gotten 100% of the master action. Denver Sec, pretty well bet by the Masters. 75% overall, 78% of the master action. Lewis is not holding up. Lewis is getting beat the crap out of on the action and the master action. We're looking at 91% of the money on Hookit and 84% of the master money is now on the favorite there. Well balanced Lopez Garcia. Good two-way action. Master money, there's a lot of money and it's two-way action. Bo Nickel, we're going at 82% on Bo. 98% of the master money, though it's not a lot. Michael Chandler's now starting to show up as a data play. We've got 76% of the money on Mauricio Ruffy, and 68% of the master money is on Chandler there. O'Malley, 99% of the money, 100% of the master money, but it's tiny. Cyril Gain against Pereira, we're looking at 71% of the money on Gain, and then 78% of the master money is actually on Pereira. So that one's showing up a bit. And then Tapin against Justin Geth. We've got 61% there on the favorite. 100% of the master money is on the dog, but not a lot. Totals, Gain over is all the master action. The rest of them, there's not a lot there. So that's that. Let me get back. Just quickly check this soccer game again. It's pretty much holding up. Again, it could be completely wrong. Qatar show up, but this feels like Switzerland should just run over the top of them. So we will see. Again, we've got 3 more games after this one, so it's going to be a long day. Cheers.